Hello, fellow storytellers, tastemakers, and elite guests. Welcome to The Appetite of a Muse, where culinary artistry meets creative genius. I'm Victoria Ryan, your host and your guide through this journey of exquisite flavors and inspiring conversations. Each episode will sit down with visionaries from various creative realms and immerse ourselves into the world of their craft. As we dine on meticulously curated gourmet creations, we'll delve deeper into the minds of our guests, exploring the stories behind their masterpieces and gaining insights into who they are as creatives as well as just people. Prepare your senses for an extraordinary experience as we blend the finest minds with the finest flavors. This is the appetite of a muse, where creativity is savored and inspiration is served. Almost there.
This is gonna be good.
Perfect. Right. Keep this in there. Hailee,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm good actually.
Good.
How are you?
I'm amazing. It is really good to sit down with you and talk and just kind of chat, have a girl
chat it
chat,
up.
right? I do want to start off by saying though, you have such a bold yet soft spirit and energy about you. Like even like first meeting, I just kind of felt this boldness, but also it's very like soft and just light about you. And I think that's amazing and very inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm sure that if you are walking into other rooms, other people feel that as well and kind of consider you a muse of theirs. Would you consider yourself your own muse?
That's such a good question.
Yeah, I do feel like as creatives, we look for inspiration in other people
Yeah.
and elsewhere. Like I need to go to this
Right.
museum. I need to go see this painting. I need to
Yeah.
go talk to this person
Right.
to kind of get any inspiration that we need.
Yeah.
But like they don't always just sit with themselves and be like, I'm kind of dope on my own, or
Yeah,
I'm
it's
kind of
just-
like
It's me.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. It's an interesting question. I think I was just talking to a friend of mine about this yesterday, actually, and I realized the question was like, what would you do if every part of you, like, what medium would you choose if every part of you could be expressed through one thing? And my answer was me. Like, my answer was like, oh, I'm that.
Oh.
Like, I don't know how else to go about it, but I do think I'm my own muse. I hope that doesn't sound
Yeah,
crazy,
no,
but
no,
I
yeah.
do think that. And I like to be inspired by things and by people. Like I do
Yeah,
take in
for sure.
inspiration. But I don't think I have like someone I like look up to for their career, like their thing, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I think that that's the same for me. Like there's a lot of
Really?
people that I like draw inspiration from,
Yeah.
but then it always kind of circles back to me.
Yeah.
Like not to sound like narcissistic or anything like that,
No.
but like I do feel like we have been equipped with so much and then
Right.
we don't even realize it sometimes. And we're
It's so
looking
good.
for it in somebody else. We're
Yeah.
like, why can't I do this or why can't I do that? We already have all of
Absolutely.
the things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was there any point in your maybe like your creative career that you felt like this is what I'm supposed to be doing? Because you're an actress, you're a producer.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a tough question because I find myself kind of doing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think, ooh, I think the thing that I feel most enriched by, or like the thing I do feel like is like my best thing is acting. Like I
Yeah.
do think that's like my like main thing. And
Yeah.
I think it's been really coming up lately, like, okay,
Stay here.
yeah, like you might need to just like focus in and like keep this as like the main thing for now. But I have like a love and passion for film and directing and like and writing and
Yeah.
all of these other things. So I'm curious to see how God is gonna kind of do a workaround.
Is it something you always wanted to do, like acting? Were you a little girl and was like, I want to be an actress, I want to be on stage?
Well, I didn't know that actually. I grew up and the thing I got in trouble for the most was talking. Right. Like talking in class, talking at the dinner table. My dad was always like, stop singing at the dinner table. Like literally that. And I did sports. Like my parents were like, we have to find her a thing. So I did cheer, sports. I love running. Like I ran track, but it didn't
Okay.
go with my schedule. So I couldn't really do that. But
Right.
once I found theater, it was like, oh,
This
this is the thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. And luckily I found it pretty young. So after that, that was just the only It was
Kind
the
of
only
made
thing.
sense,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Right.
true.
Same, well, not really the same for me, but like when I was growing up,
Yeah.
I wanted to be one of these three things. I wanted to be a firefighter, right?
I could see that.
So random. I wanted to be a firefighter, I wanted to be a teacher, or I wanted to be a designer.
What would you have teach, or what would you have taught?
8th grade.
8th
Like
grade.
specifically 8th grade. Yeah.
Really?
I
Like
wanted 8th
English
graders.
or like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah?
Like English and writing. Yeah. But you know, past change as we grow up, and like I'm realizing now how like the firefighter, the designer, and the teacher is all kind of coming into my
Really?
life now. I wanted to save, I wanted to teach, and I wanted to design. And I'm kind of
Wow.
doing
Doing
that
all
now.
of it.
Yeah, I'm not a firefighter, but like I'm saving in some type of way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
What's your favorite facet of those three things?
probably teaching.
Teaching?
Teaching,
What do you
yeah.
like to teach though?
I love teaching people about themselves, or even like
That's good.
about something that they didn't even realize. Like I'm like that friend that's like, let's go deeper.
Yeah.
What does that mean for
Yeah.
you? Like
Let's
I'm
dig
that
in.
person. Yeah, let's dig in. And then how can I help you navigate that? And
That's
how
really
can I be
good.
that for you? Yeah.
Dang, that's so good.
So
I think as a director, that's also my favorite thing.
mhm.
I think that's why I love directing and like teaching classes so much.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know I have this gift, but I also love the fact that I can like pull that out of somebody else and like inspire the best out of them.
Yeah.
I think is my favorite thing about it.
It is a really powerful gift to have. Do you ever feel like you are not qualified though? Like how powerful it is, and you're like, I know I have this drive and I know that I can do it, but it's like I don't have enough years in, or I don't have enough experience with doing
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z.
No, that's real. I think the first initial answer is no, because like I believe God doesn't,
Absolutely.
he doesn't like call the qualified, he qualifies the called. And I've like seen that in my life so much that I'm just like, I could do this.
Do
That's
it.
fine, But I also think institutionally, I think I'm like, okay, I also do want to have like the things that are needed. Like I'm actually like focusing in on some of those things now. So
Yeah.
I can be like, okay, like I can speak to anybody on any level and be heard, I think is valuable.
That's amazing. Tell me about your show, I Am Home.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's so fun. Wow. Okay. I Am Home. It's a one-woman show. So originally I started with the idea. I went to London for like a month and was just like, I just want some time alone. I just imagined myself like living in a flat and just being a writer. Like that's what literally. So January
Right.
2023, that's literally what I did. And I
Mhm.
said, I'm just gonna go sit somewhere I love and
Right.
just enjoy it. So I was literally the only thing I focused on was writing and just spending time alone. Um, and I ended up writing 6 scripts on that trip.
Wow. How long were you there
Yeah.
for?
A month, like 3 weeks, I
Wow.
think, actually, like specifically. Yeah, I
Mhm.
think it's like 3 to 4 weeks. And I just felt so enriched. Like I literally felt so alive. And funny enough, the story of I Am Home is about a psychiatrist who didn't follow her creative pursuits and was like struggling to figure out what that looks like. So it's a 35-minute show, and the goal was to write a one-woman show.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. But it started from me. I originally went to school for psychology and theater. And everything in my family and logically was like, you need a backup plan, like you need to do
course,
this,
yeah.
you know what I mean? All of this. And so I thought to myself, like, okay, I'll choose psychology. I'll get a PhD or something and work with. I actually wanted to do post-traumatic stress disorder and work with the military. Like I was actually
Okay.
like really focused in on a specificity.
Mhm.
Yeah, my brother's in the military. My uncle was in the Navy. Grandfather was in the Air Force. So it was just kind of like around.
Right.
No one has PTSD, but I don't know where that came from.
Right.
Yeah, so I just kind of wrote the show from the perspective of like if I had did that, what would that have actually looked like for me? And just kind of like let the emotions run
Yeah.
of like what it felt like in that season.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was pretty
That's
cool.
beautiful.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part about kind of leaving everything on the stage?
Mm. I think like accepting the truth of some of those thoughts. Like she goes through a moment where she basically, the character's name is Lisa, and she basically like expressed her grief, her anger, her sadness, her like despair and just not knowing what to do. Like I think that was the biggest question of like not even just where I'm at is an issue,
What
but
next?
what do I do? Right. You know, like how do I bridge the gap between like what creativity looks like and like what I'm doing now?
Yeah.
And it was so interesting to see like how many people resonated with that. It was kind of crazy, but I think that was the most difficult thing was like, oh, let me actually like go there with myself, you know? And I didn't realize that I still had like some of that in me, like as an artist, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
For me, because I am trained dancer.
Yeah.
And I also write, and I know what it feels like to kind of like have to leave everything either on the page, on the stage.
Yeah.
I've been like in performance arts of some sort my whole life.
Yeah.
And sometimes there are certain emotions that come up that you didn't think. Like you could be dancing jazz and you could be so happy about it, and then you're like, wait a minute, I'm a little sad.
Yeah.
Like,
But you
where
have
are
to be
these
real.
emotions coming from?
Right.
Yeah. Were there any emotions that kind of shocked you? Like you knew that you had them, or you knew that you had these thoughts deep down, but once you actually got on the stage and was performing, was there anything that kind of came up afterwards that you were surprised about?
I don't think during the performance, but I do think so. We did the show for 3 runs in February, and then I did it again for another run in March. And after the 3 runs in February, I remember being in the rehearsal process thinking like, oh, this is so good. Like, this is gonna be so cool. Like, we were literally like rehearsing in my loft, like just killing it, like literally like really enjoying it. And I remember whenever this was my first time being back on a stage in like 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. It was crazy.
It's a long time.
Long time, and it was like my work, so it was so personal. Like I did it for me.
Yeah.
And for others, but I needed to like express that
first.
one. Yeah. And I remember like leaving on the first night thinking I didn't do that good. Like I didn't do as well as I wanted to, and no one knew that. Like no one would have thought that.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I'm not like there. Like I don't know what happened. So I went through like 2 nights of that, and then on the 3rd night I felt like, okay, I did it. But I remember in the run in March, I was like, I have to leave this. Like I don't know what's gonna come up, but I have to leave this here and I have to like really show up. And I remember just being there thinking like leave it on the ground. And I actually made like really big decisions that were different than any of the other runs.
Really?
Yeah. I actually like changed my clothes in the middle of the show.
Right.
Yeah, like on one of my exits.
Oh my gosh.
Left my and there was like actually a pause and it worked creatively, but I was like, I'm taking quite a long time. Like I got my dress stuck on the microphone. I was like, oh my gosh.
I'll be back.
Yeah, but it ended up going really well. And I think I felt like I left it on the stage, but I didn't anticipate feeling like I wasn't gonna do my best.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like, oh.
Just leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Has there ever been, excuse me, has there ever been any moment, because I know that you are a believer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Amen.
Amen. Has there ever been any moments where you have lost or not lost his voice, but like you couldn't hear it within your creative process?
Oh my goodness. What a crazy question. Yes. I hate that.
Oh,
it sucks.
It sucks.
Believe it or not, I'm actually like, I feel like in every moment of growth, there's always a moment where it's like a season of testing. Every moment of growth. So I find oftentimes like maybe like once a year, like once every 2 years or something like that, there's like a good 3 months where it's like
cricket.
You're silent on me. And I think the worst part about it is like, no, I've equipped you and like go ahead. And I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Hold my hand or not.
Yeah, please hold my hand.
Right.
Literally, I remember being in London and like that was the whole conversation we were having. It's like, I need you to go. And I'm like, I don't know how to go without you. He's like, I'm with you.
I'm still here.
But go.
You have to move.
It's scary.
Yeah, being an obedient creative is hard. Being an obedient person, but like having gifts, talents that are beyond what you can hold, that don't make any sense to you. And you're like, why do I have this? Like, I'm not equipped. In our minds, we don't think that we are. And then he's like, but don't go do it.
Yeah.
He's like, wow.
Yeah.
Just start and do it. But like, and then do what? He's, just do it.
Just
and then
do
I'm going to
it.
tell you what to do next. I got
So
the rest.
crazy.
Just do it.
Yeah. How do you navigate that? Like, what does that feel like?
Right now, I'm in my just do it phase. Yeah.
Same, actually.
I don't really go into the new year with like a mantra. I do have like my vision board and stuff like that, but like a word or like a saying for the year, I don't really have that. For some reason, this year has been God moves when you do.
Oof.
That has been like, yeah, that has been like a constant thing. Like I wrote it down in my journal maybe back in November, December.
Yeah.
I had come out of like a really dark place and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna ready to just make everything happen for me. Whatever happens, whatever I want to do, I'm gonna be the happiest, best I can be, the most obedient. Like this is just gonna be my year. I know everybody says that, but like this is just gonna be about me.
That's good.
And for some reason, like the words came like, when you move, he's gonna move too.
I think that's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That has definitely been like how I'm navigating it. Like if I don't move, he's not gonna do anything. Even the littlest step.
Yeah.
And sometimes movement isn't always physical, it's mental too. Change your mindset. There's some pace in that. There's some pace in changing your mindset. So like if you change your mindset, he'll make everything else happen. So you don't always have to like move your feet, but like where's your heart at?
You got to position yourself.
Where's your mind at? Yeah. So
that's so good. I love that.
Yeah.
No, that's really good. I think it's definitely edifying. I feel like it's so scary though, you know. It can really be difficult, but there's really something to it. I think my word of the year that he gave me was the year Jubilee. And like, so he was just like, okay, we're going to restore everything. We're going to, you know what I mean? Like everything's going to come back tenfold. But the interesting thing about that is like, he also was equally like, but I'm not going to do it for you.
Yes.
I'm going to be here and I'm going to make it happen for you, but you have to move and like, you have to put your foot to the gas on everything I tell you to do.
Yeah.
And then you'll see like results,
but I'm not going to do it for you. That's the hardest part too, is like knowing that God is the God of all gods and he can do everything, but then he's gonna like equip you with what you need and challenge you too.
Challenge you. It's good. We're just maturing. That's all. It's going well.
All this maturing.
I know, we're here.
Barely making it through. Like, am I still doing this right?
I know. And he's not gonna you just gotta finish.
Just finish it and then he'll be at the end clapping and cheering you on. But he's gonna be silent and just gonna sit back and watch you.
Yeah. You're gonna do great.
That's so hard.
You're doing great.
So hard.
I'm here. You're
scared.
Great. I mean, like, be scared, be afraid, but like do it. And I think that's one thing too, like with every creative process that I had, like everything was just do it.
Yeah.
Like there was absolutely nothing that I've done that like wasn't just do it. I remember we did a play series called Pop-Up Plays in 2022. So much fun. Genuinely, it was like one of the most fun things I think I've done creatively. And I remember it was my birthday. I was in New York. I was actually staying in Brooklyn. And I was just walking down the street. I was like, you know what? If I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm just not going to do it.
It's not going to happen.
So I literally, like, it started with the scriptwriting competition. And so I just posted the scriptwriting competition. I was like, if people submit, they'll submit. I kid you not, like 50 to like 75 people submitted their scripts.
Really?
And I was like, oh, I guess I have to do this now. Like, I just need some account.
This was an accident.
And then I'm picking scripts. I'm like, oh, they're actually really good. And I just remember thinking like, okay. And I remember I literally told God, like, I wanted like $20,000 to do it. Like, I was like, if I get that, then I'll be able to like pay everybody. We'll be able to get the space.
Right.
Like, I'll be able to do it. And I was like, I have no idea how that's going to happen. And this is February. I posted the competition and I said, I want to do it by October. Girl, I had nothing lined up. I had no idea how it was going to happen. But funny enough, I ended up getting a friend of mine recommended me for a producer role. And so we ended up like producing a whole series with a company in Florida. It was amazing. The year went really well. So my whole time was spent like working on that project. Really great film.
Nice.
And funny enough, at the end of the day, right before, like around August, so around the time I would start like pre-production for Pop-Up Plays, that's where I got the money.
Wow.
And it was exactly to the dollar.
Exactly what you needed.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
And everybody got paid. Everybody got what they needed. And like what was left was like exactly what I needed to put into You know what I mean?
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It was
That is
crazy.
also crazy.
It's crazy though. But if I didn't ever post it and like tell God what I
Right.
needed,
The specific amount.
yeah. And then like 7 months later, like
Mhm.
not even, it wasn't like I didn't know what was gonna happen. I'm over here picking scripts. Like,
Right.
I hope we can do this. Like,
Hope this works
I was like,
out.
this is gonna go good. Hopefully, you know.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Really funny.
That's another thing about asking for exactly what you want.
Right.
I feel like sometimes we get a little bit too scared because we're like, this is a little bit too much. It's a little too ambitious, God. Just send me a little something,
Just a
something.
little, I'll
Right.
get it
Just send me a
done.
little something.
Yeah,
I'll get the rest.
right.
But like when you ask for exactly what you want,
Crazy.
whether it's money, whether it's inspiration, whether it's anything, like he's
Anything.
gonna make sure that you get exactly that,
Yeah.
if not more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl. Girl. Have you ever experienced a moment where maybe you didn't get exactly what you wanted in the moment, but it was what you needed?
Yeah. Yeah. A few times actually. I think God really knows how to humble in that
Yeah.
way. Um, it's like a difficult question because sometimes I don't know if it's like, did I not put the work in or did he not?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Right? But yeah, I think there's been a lot of moments like that for
Yeah.
sure.
Sometimes you feel like, am I not ready enough?
Yeah. But I also feel like I think we always know what to do
Mhm.
and we might not know how to do it, but we have the decision of like if we're gonna do it or
Or
not
not.
do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think I've experienced that, and then I think I've also experienced like not getting something and like knowing that there's a better blessing on the other side.
Mm.
Um, yeah.
What's been that better blessing? What's been
I'm
like the
trying.
most like pivotal thing that you're like, dang, I'm so glad this didn't work out, or I'm so glad that I didn't get
Oh
this, but
wow.
this came through.
Yeah, that's like really interesting. And I think one of the ones that come to mind, I'm really trying to think of something specific. Um, I, I it's difficult. That's a
Mhm.
hard one.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that come to mind is like I used to think to myself like, God, why didn't you make it happen for me yet? Like
Mm.
why? And this is when I was like younger, but I would say like why have I not made it or why is it like, you know what I mean? Like why am I not like where
There.
I think I should be?
Mhm.
Especially pursuing an acting career, it can get like
For
that very
sure.
quick.
For sure.
Um, and I think what I realized was like he was actually like saving me.
Mm.
Like I wasn't even fully like attached to his hip yet, like
Mhm.
fully the way I am now. And I think oftentimes, like had I had that, it would have like destroyed me. Like I
Yeah.
would have been in a spotlight that I wasn't ready for.
Mhm.
And I also probably wouldn't have handled or stewarded any of the blessings like the right way.
Yeah.
So he's matured me a lot in like a lot of my creative process.
Yeah.
I think he spends a lot of time maturing me there.
Was there any point in your creative process that kind of brought you closer? Because I did just hear you say like before,
Yeah.
you weren't as close to him as you are now.
Yeah.
What was like that moment that kind of brought you or like set the tone for your relationship?
Yeah. That's a good question. Yeah. So I was saved at 14 and then I kind of like left a little bit around like 17. I was like, no. And just kind of like went and did my own thing. And there was like a long time of him like pulling me back. But when I started my company, I remember 2019, I was like started doing pitches and stuff like that. Like I started like, okay, thinking about my acting career in a way that I could like how could I go about this differently than like how everyone else is going about it? Like agencies wouldn't really hire me. They said I was too short. Like,
Too short.
yeah, like because they wanted me to
Legs for
do
days.
model, right? You know what I mean? But like 5'8", like right on the cusp of like
Mhm.
being like a supermodel, right? So they were like, no, and so I kind of was like, well, I have to figure out a way to go about this because this is my thing. And so I started making these like videos and like recording these monologues and like just like sharing my gift that way like on YouTube and just publicly and on like backstage and stuff like that. And it was going really well. It was going really well actually. It's really fun. And then I started like doing pitches with companies. So like I pitched to K-Swiss, pitched to like some other companies and like was able to get some like partnerships done. And this is like before partnerships were like
Right.
partnerships.
Influencers
Yeah.
and stuff like
So I was kind of like ahead of the game in that way. But I remember thinking, yeah, like how can I go about this? And I did that for a while. And then when the pandemic hit, I was working at a theater as a stage manager, and everything closed down. So I thought to myself, like, okay, God, what do you want me to do? Like, how do you want me to go about this? And he kind of gave me the inspiration to start Applewood Productions. And so I was like, okay. And I just felt like a big call to do that. Like, he gave me a lot of revelation, and I was like, okay, great. And I'm like actually seeking him now, but I didn't really know what that meant. Like, I wasn't plugged into a church. Like, my parents go to church, but like, it wasn't like we were like really rooted and grounded. Yeah. So I didn't kind of like know how to do that. And so kind of like having a really long time off from God and like doing my own thing, like seeking what that meant for myself, and then like realizing, oh no, 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 like let's go to God. Like, you know what I mean? Let's do it this way. And yeah, so I started the company, and the first project that we did, I kid you not, it was crazy. It was a gospel album, but it was like this artist, she's amazing. Her name is April Shalil, and she literally, this album is like fantastic. It's like a rap album. It's a woman, it's a rap album, but it's like gospel. And it's like kingdom. It's like really, really good. And so yeah, I got to direct it and produce it, and it was a really crazy phenomenon because as I'm trying to like figure out how to seek God, I'm directing this project. So every day I'm listening to this music. I'm going in with this like visual. I'm like reading the scriptures for the songs. I'm like, and as I'm reading the Bible, like I'm also like the songs are playing in my head, and I'm like, oh, all the songs are scripture. Like all of this is scripture. So it was renewing my mind as I was literally working on this project that was like what I was perceiving to be my like work. It was actually literally changing me. And we worked on that project for a year. We wrote it for like, I think like 6 or 7 months we spent writing. She wrote it. I helped revise. Like it was like working on this long script, because it's like a visual album. It wasn't just like songs. We were like working on this like
videos and stuff.
Yeah, videos, a script, like takes place in like a courtroom. Like it was like it's
That's
a
so
very
cool.
real. It's so good. I can't wait.
That's pretty
I can't wait for
cool.
her to release it. But yeah, nonetheless, like it was just this really beautiful project where I was literally being changed, and it was in that process that I was like, oh yeah, like I ran to God.
Yeah.
I was at that day, like
didn't have a
that
choice.
moment, I was done.
You didn't have a choice at that point. Like,
Yeah.
it's like there's nothing else.
There's nothing
It
else.
has to go to you.
Absolutely. And funny enough, every other project he's brought for Applewood Productions has been gospel.
Really?
There's been no other film project that we've worked on.
Are you open to other film projects? But it's just
Yeah.
okay, but
It's just like, you know what I mean? Like it's genuinely kingdom building.
that's
So
beautiful.
like by happenstance, like I haven't even had to, like everything I've worked on as a director has been that,
Always been back
pretty
to
much.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been like the theme of
Everything.
It's beautiful.
It's crazy.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. And it's so funny the way that God will insert himself in everything. Like,
yeah,
you're not gonna forget about me.
You're not.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
And try if you want to.
Yeah. And this is mine. Like
This is mine.
and you're
Right.
mine.
Give it back to me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And let's go.
Let's go.
And
What's
then
next?
just watch him blow. Like he blew my mind
I'm sure.
for years. I'm
sure.
like, how are you even doing this?
How can I even do this?
Right. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Crazy.
That's a crazy story. That is beautiful.
It's so good. I love talking about this. I forget I have like, you know what I mean?
Other things going on.
Yeah. Like just like I forget how enriching it is. Like it's so good to, like talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some other things that you are interested in outside of just acting and producing? What other artsy, creative things are you kind of like dibbling and dabbling in?
Yeah, no, I actually really love music.
Okay.
Yeah. I kind of like, I want to be an A&R. I
Really?
like secretly record.
You record?
I
You
do.
sing?
Yeah. Like
It's like
secretly.
depending on who you ask.
Yeah, no. It's very much depending on who you ask.
Okay.
But yeah.
What kind of music are you normally like?
I think I'm still like figuring that out. It's very like sultry though. It's like it's very sultry.
You give me like
Yeah.
sultry R&B.
It's like sultry R&B.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I can see that.
Yeah. That's
I
like
can
such
see
a hidden
that.
thing though. Like yeah.
That you record?
Yeah.
Nobody knows?
No.
No, they do.
Yeah, the person who records me, he's like, so you're gonna put this out? He's like serious. He's like,
So when you're ready to
yeah.
release
Okay, yes.
your demo,
Yeah, no, he's like so serious. So who knows? Maybe I'll come out with like Alias or something, or like
That's so
use it in film,
funny.
whatever. I don't know.
That's so
Yeah, something
funny.
like that. But I love music.
Mhm.
I want to be like an A&R one day.
Really?
Yeah. Like
Just
when I feel like I retire, I'm like, I'll go be an A&R and like, help cultivate people that
right.
way. Yeah.
Just go out scouting people to see who wants to be on
Feels
this
good.
album,
You know
right?
what I
It's
mean? Yeah,
good.
yeah,
It's
yeah. And then like
good.
let's make you better. You know what I mean? Literally.
I love that.
So funny.
I also have like musical
Do
dreams.
you? Tell
Yeah.
me.
I would like to produce. I would like
Really?
to be the one like behind like a really crazy beat. I'm very like in tune with sounds and music. Like I can pick out any melody, any instrument that's in the background. Like no matter how
Really?
loud the singers are singing, I'm like, that's a trumpet back there. There's a violin in there somewhere.
Sheesh.
I can, yeah, I don't know where that talent came from or why I have it. It's so random, but I love it because
Wow.
like I don't listen to music just like
No,
regularly.
no,
I'm
no, no,
like
no. You
listening to
hear
music and I'm
music.
like, oh, I love that.
That's
I
good.
love that cymbal in the back. Like
Right.
just random sounds. Somebody hit the triangle. I know that. I
Right. Yeah,
know
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah. No, that's
So
really
like
good.
maybe in like a couple years in my past life.
Do you play anything? Like, do you
I
play
used to play the
instruments?
trumpet.
You played the
Hmm.
trumpet. Oh, I can see you.
Yeah.
Marching band?
I wasn't in the
Okay,
band.
okay,
No,
okay.
not necessarily the marching band, but like we
Yeah.
did have like a choir. That's what it
Yeah.
was. So I did play the trumpet. I still do,
Yeah.
just kind of for fun.
Mm. I love that.
But I will never record anything. I
That's
won't record
awesome.
anything, but yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I
But I
just
don't know
love
how to
that.
read music.
Me either.
That crazy.
It is. It's intuitive though.
Right.
Yeah. I actually I bought a piano
Mhm.
and I put a piano in the loft that I had and I would like play, but I didn't know what I was playing,
Yeah.
but I knew what sounded good.
Hmm. That's the way that I passed band, like
Yeah.
or choir. Like I would hear the instructor play,
Yeah.
sitting down in front of music, and I don't know what she's playing, but then I hear her play, I'd hear somebody else next to me play, and I'm like, okay, I can find whatever key that is.
That's crazy.
Isn't it
They
insane?
didn't teach you.
She thought she was teaching me,
She
but
didn't.
it did not click. It did not click for me.
That is so
It
funny.
really just didn't click.
That's
None of
hilarious.
none of it made sense. None of it made sense. I cheated on every music test I ever had. Like the written test where you have to like write the notes in.
Yeah.
Cheated because I
You
didn't
didn't
know. I
know.
didn't know.
Why didn't you say anything?
I was too scared.
Okay. How old
I
were
was too
you?
scared. I was in middle school, so like
Yeah.
early
9,
teens,
10,
yeah,
something like
between
that.
9, 10, and then
Yeah.
throughout high school. But yeah.
Wow.
I also don't like being wrong sometimes.
Okay.
So
Right.
I don't like not knowing things. So either if I can't figure it out on my own, I'll just fake till I
Really?
make it. Yeah, a lot of times.
Okay.
A lot of times. That is something that I'm learning to get out of
Yeah.
though. Ask more questions.
Yeah.
People are there to help you.
I think that's the point. And
Yeah.
also like you will never know.
I know, but I'm like, I'll figure it out on my own.
Yeah, but you don't know how to
I don't even know how to do it, right? I don't even know where to start.
I get that though. I
Yeah.
definitely get that. I've had to actually overcome that for sure. I'm learning Spanish right now.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, though. I
Nice.
should have taken like 6 English grammar classes before I tried to jump into Spanish.
Somebody else's language.
It's
right?
difficult, you know,
Mhm.
it really is, but I think I've had to kind of get over that same thing. And I'll just answer out loud now. I'm like, this is what I think, and I'm wrong, but we're gonna figure this out
Does it
because
sound like it? Like, am I
I'm
close?
really trying. Like, yeah. So I get that for sure.
Yeah. I also am the oldest of 5, so I have a bunch of little ones under me. I'm also the first grandchild. So like,
Oh,
yeah, I don't ever
yeah.
I want to have all the answers for them.
Yeah.
So I think that just kind of trickles out into
Yeah.
other spaces of my life.
That's
Like I just
valid.
need to know all the things.
Yeah.
And if I don't know, you will never know that I don't know.
That's good. You gotta
I'll
get some
figure it
safe
out.
spaces where people can like,
Right.
yeah.
Ready to teach me.
It's wild. Yeah. I'm the baby, so
Okay.
yeah.
So you ask all the questions.
I ask
So you ask
every
everything.
question. I'm the one that's like, I don't know what that means.
Somebody's
but
gonna tell
Yeah,
me.
somebody's gotta help me. It's true. I'm also
Love
the only
that.
girl,
The
so
only girl.
yeah. I mean, I have a stepsister now. My dad
Mhm.
just got married.
Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, I'm the only girl
Wow.
and the baby.
Is
So
anyone else in your family into the arts?
funny enough, I wrote a book for I Am Home. I like wrote the process and like put the script in a book,
Mhm.
which is super fun. And I published it the same year last year. So I published it for the show. And then my oldest brother, I think he's 37 now, and he wrote a book. and published it.
Mm.
And then my dad he's in the editing process of his book.
Really?
He's been working on this book for years.
Oh.
And he finally finished his book. And my brother got a camera last year. He's been taking pictures of birds.
Okay.
And like, yeah, I'm like, this is crazy. My mom's secretly a photographer and like hides it. But yeah,
Do you think you set the tone?
I think I make it okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I hope that's okay to say. But I think they, and I don't think it's like consciously,
Mm-hmm.
but I fought for my art. Like
Yeah.
I definitely went against the grain for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's seeping in now.
Yeah.
I think it's beginning to like rub off.
Makes
Like
sense
this
to
is
them. They're like,
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel a responsibility as the
Yes.
one to kind of?
Absolutely.
Yeah, same.
100%.
Same.
100%. And it's a lot, but it's also like they'll get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to think like, I don't know, I just want them to get it. I want them to feel like they can
They can do whatever they want.
anything that they want. I'm like, anything is possible.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just
And they're
do it.
like, I'm like, no, genuinely,
But at
anything is
what
possible.
cost? Right. And wait, what's the plan
I
behind
know.
anything?
Yeah, no.
No. Same. Yeah, I think I'm the one that's kind of like, nobody in my family has ever moved away from home other than my grandmother. So everybody still lives in like New York, Jersey, Philly, Delaware. They're all kind of in their space. My grandparents, they moved from Alabama in their early 20s to New York and then kind of like made their lives happen. I'm the first one to like move away, like all the way out in Dallas.
Yeah.
And for me, it was just like, I'm just going to move. Like nothing ever felt impossible. And I always like to say that I come from the land of yes, of course. Like whatever you want to do is always, yeah, of course, go do it. Nobody's telling you no.
Right.
Go right and do it. So when I moved and everybody's like, that's so brave. Like, I can't believe you did it. I'm like, well, of course I did. Because I said I was going to do it.
Like, why not?
I didn't think it was like this monumental thing. And then everything else that I kind of started with my home essentials business. And then kind of, I did ballroom dance for a while. So everything that I wanted to do, I always did it.
I love that.
And then everyone was like, you just be out here doing it. Like, I'm like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, right?
You're supposed to do it.
And I can definitely see, like, right, you're just supposed to do it. I can definitely see the areas of my family's lives, especially with my mom. Like, she wants to get her yoga instructor certification.
Right.
And she's in her early 50s. Like, this is like a dream of hers. So for her to like be at this age and still ready to like start life over and do what she wants to do because she sees like her baby girl doing it, I'm like, that's so dope.
That's good.
That's so dope.
It's so good. It's never too late.
Yeah. I'm like, please go ahead and do all of the things.
Absolutely.
All of the things.
100%.
Yeah.
I literally love that. How do you feel like it's like transforming the rest of your family?
I think it's just more of like making things possible,
That's
making it
good.
make sense. Like, yeah, somebody else can do it.
Yeah.
So why not us?
Right.
Again, with me being the oldest, all of my siblings have done what I have done in some
capacity.
Yeah. So even sports, like I played field hockey, lacrosse. My younger cousins, my
field
brother, I
hockey?
did.
That's so
I
cool.
did.
That's
I did,
actually
yeah.
awesome.
I did. And then my younger cousins, they were like, oh, Tori's doing it. Let's do it too. Like everything I've ever done that seemed good enough or seemed like possible or impossible rather, they was like, okay, if she can do it, then we can do it too. So I definitely see like it trickling into different areas of all my people that I love.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, even my friends, like even this, there are some people that are like, you know what, I thought about doing something like that. And I see you starting, like, that's so amazing. I think I'm about to I'm like, just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
That's good. We need that.
Yeah.
We need that.
Yeah, I think we need more of it within our own communities. 100%. Like we don't see it in close proximity. We see it with the celebrities. They're like, yeah, I did this and I did that and now I'm here. But somebody that's on the ground level with you, we don't see that as often.
Yeah. Issa Rae actually had like, you know,
her.
Yeah, you know, but how she started, like, she speaks oftentimes about like just use the people around you.
Absolutely.
Like it's not about getting to the top and trying to get in somebody else's group. It's like literally find your niche, like find your people and grow.
Networking from the ground and then growing up.
Just grow, just make stuff with cool people and
that's it. See what happens.
Just go.
Just see.
It's totally good.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. And if it sucks, nobody has to know.
Yeah.
Nobody has to know.
Yeah. I struggle with that. That's crazy.
If it sucks.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. It can be a little critical, but you know, whatever. I think like that's another thing is like it's only gonna get better. Like you can't get caught in perfectionism. You have to just You have to go.
You have to just go, and you'll be surprised at how many people actually want to be on the ground level with you. How many strangers are like, I see this. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it to blow up, or I can't wait
Crazy,
for this to get
right?
here. And you're like, oh, you don't even know. You don't even know.
That's a lot too, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's a lot. I think
Mhm.
that's one thing too, is like having to deal with like knowing that, and like having people that are like, I love this thing, like this is so great. It's like, oh, you believe in this. Like I feel like I'm also like God can carry that too. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But like me, oh my, you know what I mean? It just makes
Like,
me
I don't
feel
want to
sad.
let you down.
I don't want to let you down.
Let you down. Stranger, whoever
I
you
don't
are
wanna
on the
let you
internet,
down.
right?
Please,
You're rooting for
thank
me,
you
but
for
I
your
don't
love.
want to let you down.
We're gonna do great. It's gonna go well. It's going well.
Yeah,
It's
thank
good.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
If your craft ever like took you somewhere else, would you follow it, or would
would
you
go.
you would go?
I would go.
Yeah.
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 Of course I would go.
Right.
Of course I would go, but I just need a house here, you know? I just need
Be able to come back
I need to
to.
be able to come back. Yeah. I think if I want to like have a family here, I'll probably settle down here. Like
Yeah.
when I get ready to like
Mm-hmm.
do that, I'll do that, but I'll still allow my life to travel and go as my career
Right.
allows.
Is that something that you think about often, like having a family?
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yeah,
like you
I
want to
want a
say something
family.
else? You're like, yeah.
Yeah, I do want a family. Like
Mhm.
I do want to have like a family.
Yeah.
I think that's really important.
Is there ever like a time where you're like, okay, I need to slow down in my like creative process so that I can focus on that? Because when you are when you're a busy creative, like
Right.
acting, producing, like you have to show up.
Yeah, you do. You have to
You
be
have to be
on.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
do.
not like if you're a painter, not to say that it's easy, but like you have your quiet moments where you can kind of dip off.
Yeah.
When you are acting, producing, and you are on stage as
Yeah.
well as like behind the scenes,
That's true.
you're constantly on and you're constantly moving.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's ever been a point where maybe now you're feeling it, or you like in a couple years, like I'll slow down or I'll make sense of all of
Yeah,
this?
I think I'll definitely make sense of it for
Mhm.
sure. And I make sense of it now. I'm pretty mindful. Like I make sure to find the slow time.
Yeah.
Like I don't mm, God first for real. So like there's certain projects I won't take. There's certain things I won't do. And there's certain moments where he's like, this is your rest time, and I'll take it. Because if you don't take that, you're yeah, you're missing out on the momentum you're supposed to have in the next season. So I always take the rest time. I'm actually coming out of one now, which is exciting. Uh, and I think that that's probably been the most important part of the process. So when I think about having a family, um, I think about like I'll probably take the first year or two off to like be with my kids. You know what I mean? Like I want them to like know their mother, but I also
Right.
feel like I wouldn't mind like running a business and like,
Having them
you
run
know,
it.
just
Yeah.
you know, like I really don't think I would mind that.
Same.
And hopefully I marry someone that has like the same kind of like mindset around like purpose.
Yeah.
I think, you know, because it's not necessarily as much as it is about the work as it is about purpose. And I want my kids to grow up in purpose-filled environments.
Same.
So
Same.
I don't mind like having a baby like run around right now.
Right?
I think it sounds great, actually.
It does. It does.
You know
I
what I
don't mind
mean?
either. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about that all the time. Like I definitely want my kids to see not mommy always being busy, but mommy always was into herself and
Yep.
into what was important to her.
Absolutely.
Even us.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she loved us. She loved us.
Yeah.
You know, she did what she needed to do, but then she also made sure to pour into herself as well.
Absolutely.
I don't want my kids to ever see me stop unless I want to stop.
100%.
Like
100%. And I want them to feel like included, I think, as well.
Mhm.
Like I don't want my kids to feel like brushed off ever by my
Right.
work or by my
Yeah.
craft. Like I want them to feel a part of the process. Like
Mhm.
yeah.
Right. I'm not choosing one or the other.
No.
You're coming right with
You're
me.
coming with me.
Yeah.
And like and I also like when you find something that you love, like however that goes,
Mhm.
like we're pouring into that like with the
Absolutely.
same amount of like intentionality.
Yeah.
So yeah, whenever the time is right, like I know it'll just be right.
Mhm.
But I find myself like really trying my best to flow with the seasons. Like, you know what I mean? I'm in school right now finishing a degree while I'm doing everything else. So it's kind of like, yeah, you know what I mean? So I think it's just about like shifting your priorities and like making space for what
Making space.
that's
Yeah.
it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe in like being too busy
No.
or being too much or doing too, like you really have to prioritize whatever makes sense and whatever matters to you.
For that
If it
moment,
matters
yeah.
to you for 5 minutes, give it those 5 minutes.
Give it 5.
The best 5 you got.
100%.
The best 5 minutes that you have. If
Yeah.
it matters to you for a whole year, give it the best
Absolutely.
year that you absolutely can.
100%. And that's like one thing I noticed too is like you can't forsake the time. Like
Right.
you have to use.
We don't have a lot of it.
No.
We don't.
100%. And who's to say, like I heard someone say like the most arrogant thing you can do is think you have another day.
Mm-hmm.
And it hit me like a ton of bricks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the same even in our creative process. Like, God was so graceful and like you're so blessed because like 15 years later, like you're literally doing it now.
Right.
And like your time is literally being redeemed right now and you're using it
in this moment.
It's
right.
so good.
It's crazy.
It's so good.
It is so good.
That's literally
It is
so
so
good.
good though. It is good.
Yeah,
it is good.
that's so good.
Yeah. Something else that somebody asked me like, what is your biggest fear? And I always kind of kept this to myself. I'll say surface level shit,
Right.
stuff,
Yeah,
surface
yeah.
level stuff, like birds, pigeons. I am definitely afraid of pigeons.
That keeps coming up. Did you know a pigeon is the same as a dove?
I don't like it.
I learned this yesterday.
I don't believe it.
Anywho.
I don't believe it.
They say it's the same bird. It's just like a different color.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
We'll get into that. We have to understand like why you're afraid of pigeons.
Right. I don't know. They just creep me out. Okay. That's not where I was going. We're not talking about pigeons. What I say, that was usually my response to that, right? But one of my like real biggest fears is leaving this world undone. And like leaving here, like forgetting to, or not even forgetting, but not having done what I was told to do. Like I want to leave this earth depleted,
emptied,
finished,
done,
finished. Yeah. Whatever he tells me to do, I did it all.
I did it all.
Yeah. And however he told me to do it, if there's anything left over, it wasn't mine.
That's good.
It wasn't mine. So I'm gonna give you that question.
What
does it want to be like?
The same question, the same answer. I say it differently. I think I want to leave with no regrets. Like I want to leave it all on the floor. Yeah, that's how I say it. But same. Yeah. Like that is my gripping fear. Is like it's not really a fear. It is, but I just know it's not gonna happen. It's okay. Right.
But it's also I would say a fear because like I don't want to get to my older ages and being like, dang, like
I didn't do it. No, I can't.
I could have. I had so many opportunities to and I didn't. Like that, I don't ever want to say that.
I never want to say that.
I don't ever want to.
It's a scary thing to say. Because imagine we've been given more than we could even understand. Right. Like this life is really a gift. And every day I want to like maximize that. Like I really don't want to miss that moment.
Not at all.
Not any piece of it.
No,
I can't. I literally can't. I cannot afford to. No. And my family, like what comes after me can't afford to. Right. Like literally cannot afford to.
Right. That's me. I'm thinking about my family now and then whatever else is to come. Like I can't stop now. No. I can't stop now. There's so much in me for both past and future.
Right. Imagine. What's like one thing you want to leave in the world?
Ooh,
that's a good question.
That is a good question. I would say just a bunch of lessons. Like I want to be able to have everybody who's ever come in contact with me be like, Victoria taught me this. Or I remember that one time when Victoria said X, Y, and Z. Like even if it's not a tangible book or like anything that I put together, I want somebody to always carry something that I've said to them or introduced them to.
That is so good.
Yeah, I want to leave that on in the world. That's good.
Do you feel like
that would be my legacy?
Yeah. You feel like you kind of do that now?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so too.
I think so. And I think I do it kind of like just not even on purpose. Like I'm not trying to like be this prophetic like person and just like
you should
just that person. Right. I'm not trying to like
that's so funny.
Be everybody's counselor or anything like that. But it has always been something that I've just kind of been good at and just kind of naturally done. So I do feel like I'm leaning more into it instead of like not stepping into that or shying away from it. Because before I'd just be like, I don't want to get too deep or I don't want to dig too much. But
Yeah.
like we were saying earlier, there are strangers who have told me more things than I have asked for. And I don't even think half the time it's because they just are chatty. I do think that it is an energy and a spirit
Right.
that I give off that
Yeah,
just kind of brings in
welcomes.
that, welcomes that.
That's good.
And then if I can give them any bit of advice, any tip, any words of wisdom, a shoulder, or nothing at all, just another person just to kind of bounce things off of and talk
It's
to,
really good.
I'm good with that.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's like one thing too is like you can walk in your purpose every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think sometimes we forsake the little small moments that we can have like just sitting here right now
Right.
versus like, oh, I'll wait for this.
Yeah.
I'll wait until I get here to do things. I'll
Mhm.
wait until this happens. And I think that was also a part of my creative process too, like especially with the show, was like I I didn't want to wait around for like someone to say I was worthy. Like I know
Mhm.
I'm worthy and I know God has put something in me and like
Absolutely.
if he says that I can do it this way, then I can go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I think that there's so many like small moments that we have every day.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I like to be here too, is it's so slow.
Right.
You can take that time.
You can take your time for
breathe.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And find like every small nuance that like makes the day really rich.
I do appreciate that about being here in Dallas. Like
It's
it
good.
wasn't even a place that I visited before I had made the decision to move. I was just like, I'm just gonna go there.
Mm.
And I don't think that the
That's crazy.
location, isn't it? Now that I say it out loud, sometimes I'm like, girl, you are
No,
wild.
that's honestly kind of crazy.
But I don't
love
think it was so much of the location that, because everybody's like, well, why Dallas? It really wasn't the location. It was the assignment to just be in solitude. Go somewhere you don't know. Go somewhere where you can. Yeah, it wasn't like I could have went to Miami. Like I could have went anywhere if I wanted like something new, but I went somewhere that I had no idea what was gonna be here for me when I got here.
Wow.
So yeah, everybody always asks like, why was it Dallas? Like I didn't purposely pick Dallas because I've been here before, but I could have been in solitude anywhere. It just so happened to be here, but it was
It's a
more so
great
the
place to be.
mission
Yeah.
than the actual like location itself.
That's so good. What's something that you really took away from like that jump from that process?
Mm, that I can't do anything without God. Like literally nothing.
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 What made you
There
like
are so many. I went through hell my first like 2-3 years here. And but I made it look good.
Yeah.
But nobody would
Of
have
course
ever
you did.
known.
I totally believe that.
Nobody would have ever known like the amount of stress, the depression, the things that I was going through during my first 2.5 years
That's
here.
crazy. Was it just being alone?
It was being alone. It was losing my job. It was then being put into another job that I took just because I needed the money. Like
I get it. Yeah.
I was working in a factory, in a warehouse for Veriphones. Like
That's
I was
okay.
like
That's all right.
checking. I think that's so crazy. I had no business being in that warehouse. Like I was literally working alongside people who had just got out of halfway houses.
Yeah.
I'm working with felons, which okay, that's cool, but like these are people that are figuring out their lives. I had my life planned out. What am I doing here?
What did you learn in that
What am I
process
doing
though?
here? To
Yeah,
go
lean on him.
to lean on him. I was trying to do everything myself. I will say that. Like I got here, thank God. Okay, I drove 21 hours to Dallas. Me and my dog packed up what I had in my apartment. Right, drove here. Cool, beautiful apartment. We gonna make this work. Me and my dog. I was not including God as much as I should have in my processes and like really asking him what's next for me now. I just had this vision and had my own plan and
Wow.
that's what I was going off of. So then I lost my job and then I have a plan no more and I was like, okay, God, I need something. And then he gave me that. I'm like, you got me working in a warehouse? You got me working in a warehouse checking Verifone card readers. Like what?
No, that's actually crazy.
Insane. So and I only was working there for about 3 months, but like for 3 months straight every day I was driving to work 6 a.m. crying in my car because like why am I going here?
Yeah.
What am I doing now? What did I do wrong that put me here? And that's also a tricky question to like ask him.
Did you get it answered?
I did.
You did?
I did.
What was it?
He said you wasn't talking to me.
Oh. How to get you
You're
out of it.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. So you weren't talking to me. 3 months straight, I listened to the same gospel song going to work because I was like, I don't even want to hear anything else.
Which
like,
one?
Jira.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You
the
are
line
not
that kind of always got me. Like, if he dresses the lilies,
with
like,
beauties. Oh, girl.
how much more does he love
Ooh,
you? Like, you
girl.
here right now, but
I
like,
got
he still
chills.
loves
I
you.
got chills.
That song every day, literally
Girl.
every day for like 3 months straight
It'll
while I
do
was
it
in that
though.
job.
Oh my gosh. He will make
And that,
you.
yeah, that was something else that I had to remember. Like, you're in this dark space, but like, he has not forgotten about you. He's still gonna make it work, but you have to go to him. You
So
have to
what'd you
follow
do?
his plan. Just started being more intentional with prayer time,
Yeah.
being more intentional with making time for him, even at that job. Like, I would go to the bathroom and take 30-minute prayer breaks. Like,
Good. I
yo,
love
I need
that.
to go walk around, right? I need to go pray.
That's really
Go to the
good.
bathroom, like, God, please,
Girl.
please, please, please. And then eventually I got into what I'm doing now for software technology, and that kind of was
Nice.
my
Shift.
out. Yeah, my shift.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll share.
Okay.
So like, oh my gosh, I'm totally okay. I'll share for real.
You were the only person that I told that to, too.
No, I'm gonna tell
Other
you
than
something. I'm gonna tell you my
the
story
world.
that's like actually like quite literally like very similar and
Mhm.
like very fresh also. And like, yeah, it's actually like difficult. It's not difficult now,
Yeah.
but yeah. So
Mhm.
okay, so my story goes like this. It's very similar. And basically like, girl, it's so funny how he does it, okay? Because I remember like at the end of last year. So last year I really like I sought the Lord like for real. And
Mhm.
not only that, but like I just the whole plan, like every day was like, I just want to finish what was on my plate.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt good.
Mhm.
Like before I would feel good, like, making sure I ate good or like something like that. But I was like, no, I have to like finish what's on my plate. And that's what made me feel like good. And spending time with him, like were the two things. And so I remember like at the end of the year, or around July of last year, I prayed and I said, like, Lord, I have this loft. It's really great. It's been like generating revenue and I've been being able to do like it's my creative stuff in here as well.
Mhm.
So I want to do like my classes here, the acting classes. I want to transition our space to be in here. And I want this place to continue to generate revenue. I had it on like Peer Space and like people would come in and do their films
Yeah.
there or like shoot documentaries. Like we had like really cool people come in. So literally like had that space and I had lived there for 3 years.
Mhm.
But I was like, okay, I want to move. I want to get an apartment and I want this place to generate revenue, but I also want my apartment. I want to have both.
Yeah.
And so around August, he was like, okay, like go. So I went and I got an apartment
Mhm.
and girl, everything was going really well. But the month I got the apartment was the same month like Peer Space dried up, like nobody booked anything. And I was like, okay, Lord, like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? And he was like, I was like writing a book for these classes, like for the acting classes that I'm doing and stuff like that. And this is my first time also doing the classes, like not in a monthly setting, like
Mhm.
not just like, okay, 4 classes here, right? Like this is like consistent.
Mhm.
Um, they actually launch in May. I'm really excited.
Nice.
But with that being said, it was daunting. So I delayed myself on the classes in the space, right?
Mhm.
Peer Space got super dry. And I remember I was in Vegas on a film premiere and I was praying to God, like, I was like, Lord, what do you want me to do? And like, granted, it wasn't like I was going to lose anything,
Mhm.
but it was just like, Lord, this feels like such a heavy burden. What if it stays like this? Like, I started like really spiraling a little bit because this is my first time taking like a big leap like that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm gonna live here. I'm gonna keep the space though and use the space like just for the business. Like, you know what I mean? We had an office before, and I was like, okay, I can use the office, but I'll get rid of my office and I'll just have like the loft. Like, we'll level up here, right? You know what I mean? Um, and so I was praying, and he was like, I got you. Like, you really don't have anything to worry about. I need you to focus on these classes,
Mhm.
and I need you to focus on like what I told you to do. And so I did, but I did it with like so much anxiety and hesitation. And I remember just being there, like getting some work done and just literally like crying. And I'm looking at this like beautiful mountain, like sitting here like at this nice film premiere, like after the film premiere, like having some coffee, like, oh my gosh, Lord, like, are you gonna make this happen? Like just another level of faith, right? And he had already claimed that the year was gonna be great, all these things. And I heard him say, he was like, fine, get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
He said, fine, go ahead, get rid of it. And in my mind, like in my anxiety was like, oh, sigh of relief. And I thought, okay, great, he'll still take care of everything. Girl. So I got rid of it. And not only that, I got rid of it, but they couldn't even find anybody to lease the apartment. Like I remember them saying like, yeah, we're like having a tricky time getting someone in there, like to fill my unit. So a friend of mine lived upstairs and I told him like, come take the unit. Like not only did, first of all, the fact that they weren't able to get someone in it shows that it was mine.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It literally shows that it was mine. Like to this day, it's still like spiritually mine.
Yours, yeah.
It's literally mine. And I literally told him to come down and like get it. His apartment now is not filled.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? And so it's like, yeah, so like I went on this, I got rid of the space, and now God's like, okay, so where are you gonna do your classes? You know what I mean? And he's like not like budging on this. So I'm like, okay, but like I have delayed the process so much, and I went through this season where like it was really difficult. Now I have this like apartment. The apartment was like 30 minutes away and like Rockwall. I'm like living my life like very different. I'm like, this actually sucks. I actually hate this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I genuinely don't like this.
Right.
And it was cool when I had both, but because I kept it for like 3 or 4 months. But once I like realized, I was like, oh, I really don't like this. And he was like, what are you gonna do? Like, the thing that was supposed to be holding you up, like, I didn't care if you got the apartment. I didn't care about that. That was fine. But I did tell you to do something, and you're not doing it. So, and it just drought hit, like full drought. And I was like, Lord, what am I gonna do? So I went and got a job, and I had been applying for jobs like for a couple months, like just in drought, and he was not even giving me anything. And so I'm praying, I'm like, Lord, give me something. Like I need something. Little job at like a Sephora, didn't even like really cover anything for real. Like it was like, okay. I mean, it was like decent money. It's good for like the economy, like, you know what I mean? But just like it didn't do what I needed it to do, you know what I mean? And I remember like I would go on prayer walks like the same way. Like I would take like a 15-minute and I'd just walk the building.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? And I remember him saying like, Hailee, you don't have to be here. Like you're going further down like a direction I'm not calling you. You know what I mean? And I ended up like, I didn't leave though. Like I tried to cling, like they literally fired me.
It's like, girl, you gotta go.
God was like, because he told me to quit. I went to church one day and it was on the parable of the talents. And he was like, are you using your talent or are you not using your talent? And he had like, oh my gosh, I'll tell you. I had that morning or like that night, like, you know, night, morning, whatever. I had a vision. I was in prayer time. I had a vision about the Lord giving me like, I was in like this city and I was like building a wall back up. That like a protective wall for the city. Wow. Because the wall had been demolished, right? And it was like gold bricks though I was using. It was like a bunch of bricks and the bricks were gold. And I was taking the bricks and I was putting them up and building the wall, but I was going brick by brick. Yeah. It was just me. I think there were other people, but they were like doing other stuff. But it was just me building back this wall up. Like, but I was building it with gold. But brick by brick. That's powerful. Girl, I went to church. Powerful. It was so powerful. And this is me like trying to like configure my mind around like, God, I want to be in my gifting. Like, why am I not? Like, why did I let this go? Yeah. You know? And oh my gosh, I just feel him redeeming me even now. Like literally. Yes. But I just remember I go to church, the parable of the talents, the illustration he used, 3 people came out with gold bricks. Stop. Girl, I was like, are you serious? I felt so convicted. And then after that service, God was like, go to another church service. But I had work at 1. Dang. So I was like, God, like, what do you want me to do? Right. Like, you know, and I always move on such faith that I would just like, I will be radical. Girl, same. Radical. Delusional. Radical. I'll do all it. Of that. Period. Yeah. Like, period. You know what I mean? Like, I will let God show up for real. Right. And it was literally that. And I knew in that moment, like, I was supposed to quit. I wasn't supposed to go in. And I was supposed to go to church, the next church, and then, like, focus on, like, my gift. And I didn't. I went back to work, and then like 2 weeks later, I get fired. And then, like, funny enough, though, God redeemed me. He got me like out of the situation. Like, he really ended up like working in my favor. But what it took was a week of me just seeking His face. Like, I was like, okay, God, I don't care about whatever's happening right now, but I'm seeking your face for like literally like, I mean, not just the week. Now I'm like, okay, I'm back on like everything I was on before, but like, it literally took that for Him to be like, okay, you can breathe now.
You're good. I got you.
Girl.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
It is absolutely terrifying.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
would
so
say
bad.
another thing within my moment, I was asking God, "Hey, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Like, not work wise, just like in life,
In life.
what do you want me to do?" And then He brought back my vision for all of the creative things that I kind of like put off to the side, and I was like, "But I don't got no money, so like, how am
How we gonna
I?
do
Right? This warehouse ain't doing
Yeah.
it enough. It's not doing it. So if you want me to do it, get me out of here."
Yeah.
But it was more like are you going to do it? I'm not going to bless you with this if you are
If you're
going
not
to
gonna do it.
waste it. And I had to like make Him believe. Heart posture had to get right. Head had to get right. Like, all right, God, if you get me out of this, whatever you give me, I'm pouring back into all of my
100%.
gifts and talents and everything else that you want me to touch.
Eesh.
I'm pouring into full force.
Full force. Look at you,
And
honey.
it's been up since then.
Yes,
So
yes, amen.
it's been up since then.
Yeah,
But
that's so
yeah,
good.
that's
It's funny. I've never told that story. Like,
me
most
neither.
people don't actually really know
I've
that.
told one person. My mom still doesn't even know.
That's
She's having
crazy.
fit.
She's gonna
She's
watch
like,
this
"You
and be
was
like,
working
"He
at a
was working
warehouse."
with
Yeah,
the
my baby in the right with the fillers. Yeah, my
That's
baby with
so
them
funny.
felons.
I love
Yes.
that. I love that. That's actually hilarious.
Yes.
Wow, that's so good.
So good.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
love that.
So it's been amazing talking to you.
Yeah,
And
it's been great.
it's been good. It's been good. I grew up in a family where like food was always really important to us, and just breaking bread and just kind of ending things with that type of note. So
Absolutely.
we're gonna have our breaking bread moment.
Fantastic.
We have a simple dish because it is still early, so we do have a simple dish that was prepared by Chef Gregory. I will tag him down below.
Nice.
And
Shout out Chef Gregory.
right, shout out Chef Gregory. And we'll go ahead and get that started, and we'll end on a positive full note.
Awesome. That sounds great. This is wonderful.
Okay, so we have an amazing salad here prepared by Chef Gregory. It's a chicken Hawaiian salad, or Hawaiian chicken salad rather, with a coconut lime vinaigrette. And just want to end all of these episodes and definitely end this time on a more fuller note.
Yeah.
And, just thank you for coming out and talking. Thank you for sharing some things that maybe some people might not know about you, and
Right.
giving them some extra insight.
Yeah,
Some
it's definitely some
secret
things in
nuggets.
there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And thank you so much for your time. Like I said before, I grew up in a family where food and coming together was really important to us. So
Absolutely.
being able to just kind of share what we just shared, and then also share a meal with you, is really important and special to me. So
Yes, it's special to me as well. Thank you for
thank
having
you.
me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now we can break bread.
Let's break bread.
Yes.
Absolutely. I love it. This bowl is
So good.
absolutely stunning.
Thank you so much.
Genuinely.
This bowl is actually from my line, the
Yeah.
Barron Residence. Yep. So we just released